Recalculating Route, a show about taking a new direction with your life. Here's your host, Christy Atwood.
Today on Recalculating Route, we'd like to ask you some questions because life is really all about the quality of the questions you ask. I mean, you ask shallow questions like, "How are you?" and you get shallow answers like, "Fine." You ask deeper questions and you get to know more about people. And the same is true of the questions that you ask yourself. So today, we have 10 questions for you to consider. These are not shallow questions. These will make you do some thinking. You'll find a copy of the questions in the description of this video or in the comments so you can work on these at your own pace. What I'd like to do right now is to help you understand what each question is looking for. Number 1, what is my why? We all have a why in life. I mean, maybe we don't think about it often, but it's the reason we get up each day. It's the reason we work. It's the reason we devote time to certain things. Our why may shift from time to time, but the values behind it don't. So for this question, I'd like you to consider how you spend your time each day. Write a sentence for each of the things you do, like go to work, work on outside projects, write, draw, paint, sing, spend time with certain people in your life. For each of those statements, ask why you do it. Then ask why again. Keep asking why until you get to what really matters to you. Even if it includes going to a job that you don't particularly like, there's a why behind it. I mean, it could be because you want to give your family a better life. You want to create security for your future. Or maybe you want to feel the sense of accomplishment that one part of your job gives you. Ask these whys, and you'll discover your core values. Those are the things that matter the most to you. Number 2, am I who I want to be? Pretty deep sounding, huh? Let's stop. Close your eyes. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about your life as a movie. Watch the happy moments as well as the difficult times. Do you smile and feel proud at some of the things you see there? And do you cringe at certain points? Do you learn lessons from some of those scenes? When the credits roll at the end of your movie, do you like the person you just watched? If there are some areas you don't like, don't feel alone. Just pick one thing you could do today to start becoming the person you really want to see starring in that movie. Number 3, what are you doing that would thrill 5-year-old you? Okay, yeah, I know your goals have changed since then. Maybe you don't want to be a princess ballerina veterinarian anymore, but there are things that you're doing now that you could never have imagined doing when you were younger. You know how to drive a car? Well, 5-year-old you is pretty amazed. You have a real job. Okay, that's a grown-up thing. It's one that 5-year-old you probably never would have imagined. Wait a minute. You've got your own favorite flavor of ice cream in your refrigerator that no one else you know even likes? Okay, now you've got 5-year-old you interested. You can watch TV when you want. You have a video game on your telephone? Oh, wow. You are amazing. Take time to appreciate that fact and go grab some ice cream to enjoy while you finish the rest of these questions. Number 4, do I worry too much about what others think? Don't feel alone. Many of us do. Take a moment to list the things that you don't do because you wonder what others would think about them. Think about which ones of them actually sound like good ideas to you. Okay, now ask why those sound like good ideas. Then ask why they might not be good ideas. When you list those whys and why nots, which one wins? Now you have the only opinion that matters. Yours. And try one of those winners. Number 5. What are my greatest accomplishments so far? This is fun. Create your own victory page. Write as many things as you can think of that you're proud of. Just because we use the word greatest, by the way, that doesn't mean they have to be huge accomplishments. Sometimes a simple thing, like the fact that you did something for someone who doesn't even know who you are, can be a great accomplishment. You let somebody out in traffic? That's great. You won a spelling bee in sixth grade? Really great. You got a job that you didn't think you'd land? Great again. List as many of these as you can think of and decorate the page too. See what themes you recognize in there. That can help you recognize an undiscovered passion. 6. If I achieved all my goals, how would I feel? How could I feel that way now? Oh, yeah, we've all said it before. If I could just finish this, I'd feel accomplished. Or if I did this, I'd feel like a success. All right, stop and list the emotions, the feelings you would have if you felt totally successful. Would you feel confident? How about brave? Maybe smart? Okay, now take those feelings and create opportunities to feel those ways. Do something that you're good at and you will feel confident. Try something new and you'll feel brave. Take a class and learn some new stuff so you feel smarter than before. Find new ways to achieve the feelings of your goals now, and you'll be amazed that opportunities to experience those feelings will start happening more and more and more often. Number 7. What would I do if I had $1 billion? Yes, I said $1 billion. Of course, you'd buy a lot of toys, you'd help people, you'd do all sorts of wonderful things, but that's not the question I'm asking. What I'm asking is, once you've done all that spending and realized that now your time was totally yours, then what would you do? How would you spend your minutes? What would you do that would make you feel happy and accomplished? Now, there you go, getting down to the real passions of your life. Maybe you should schedule a version of one of those billion-dollar habits today. Number 8. What am I holding on to that I need to let go of? We sometimes hold on to things because they're comfortable. That doesn't mean they're good for us. Like an old pair of shoes that you've got broken in, but now the bottom sole flaps and sometimes trips you up. Or sometimes we hold on to things because we feel invested in them through time. This happens with grudges, anger, and even misplaced loyalties. Think about the things in your life that you may have outgrown. Then think about the ones you need to outgrow. List those so you have a place to start with decluttering sessions for your life. Number 9. What do I want to learn? Think about the passions you've listed, the things you want to do, the things you love to do, even the things you recognize that you need to do. Is there knowledge that would help you take a step toward improving those skills or accomplishing those tasks? List things you want to learn so that you can be on the lookout for opportunities to study, to connect with mentors, or to practice those skills. Number 10. What is my next step? Now, here's a big question. Look at all the questions and answers you've listed. Do you see any themes? Does anything jump out at you as something that makes you just a little excited? Does something that you want to learn or do embarrass you to admit, thrill you, and scare you at the same time? Pick something that makes your heart beat faster and decide what the next tiny step could be. If it's learning a new skill, Google it. That's a great start. If it's something you want to do and you'd like a realistic view of it, how about asking somebody who's doing it now? The next smallest step you could take is still a step. And that's what these questions are leading to. Take a step toward the new you. Adjust your course and keep on moving. You've got places to go and things to do. and we can't wait to see where life takes you. Thanks for joining us today. We can't wait to hear how things are going for you, and we can't wait to see you next week on another episode of Recalculating Route.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Recalculating Route. Join us next Wednesday evening at 6 Central